Hi lovely ladies, as you can see we're back in the studio, back in our happy place, and the Repertoire family is back together, which is just amazing. We've loved these coffee catch-ups with you during isolation and we don't want that connection to stop. We have had feedback that 10:30 on a Wednesday is pretty tough as most people are back at work right now. So we've just decided that we're going to keep the space open and we're going to keep mixing it up. So sometimes we might do a live, sometimes we might do a video, sometimes we might do, I don't know, we'll leave it up to our clever marketing team, but something will be there for you and we'll stay connected and we'll stay growing together. So today I'm very excited. We've got our production manager, Alex, and she's going to be taking you through our sizing guide so that you can shop online with confidence. So exactly how you can measure on yourself to make sure that garment is right for you. So I will pass you on to Alex. And I'm actually heading to the Mount store to take all those pictures of my outfits and shoes that I have promised you. So keep an eye out for that. Big loves, have a beautiful week.
Hi ladies, today I want to show you how to measure yourself with confidence so that you can make your online shoppings without worrying about whether the garment's going to fit you or not. My name is Alex, I am the production manager here. So I just want to talk to you first about measuring your body. In production, we talk about an actual body measurement. We don't talk about a garment measurement. What happens is, just so you understand the process a bit, when we design for a size 10 or a size 12 or a size 14, we design for actual body measurements. The fit then allows the ease and the movement within the garment, and that is what is accommodated beforehand. While we make the pattern. So rather than actually measuring a garment, we measure a body, and that is what correlates to our size chart, beg your pardon. First and foremost, there's three major measurement points on a lady. We have her bust. Your bust point, ladies, please measure yourself with the bra that you would wear frequently. Us over 21s, we need a bit of help from a bra. And your bust point is in direct line with your nipple. Your waist is in your belly button. Now what happens is, as we get more experienced in life, our waistlines aren't quite as small as they used to be, and our waistlines actually move up and down depending on the fullness of our waist measurement. But your true waist will always be your belly button. Then your hip is approximately 20 centimeters below, but a true hip is normally about 22, 23 centimeters below, and it is what we call the widest part of a lady's body. When measuring yourself, you're going to need to do it in front of a mirror, because what we need is, I'm going to just turn Doris to the side. What we need is your tape measure needs to stay parallel to the floor. So when we're measuring our bust, we don't want to be doing that. Can you see how the tape measure goes down? We're wanting to make sure that it goes parallel to the floor, directly around, and that is how you can see that. You'll need the mirror to help you see that. Bringing it right over the bust point and closing it at body measurement. Unfortunately, Doris doesn't have too much body fat, so I can't pull it in tight, but you don't want it so tight that you're creating muffin tops. You actually want it so that you can get a slight bit of movement, but not much. Okay, this is an 87 centimeter bust. I'm folding it back there. You can see there we have the 87 centimeters. That would be the bust measurement, making sure it is parallel to the ground over the bust point, and you can measure. Often when measuring on yourself, I am measuring over clothes here. If you pull it up nice and tight at your back, you can get it right in your armpits. Bring it to the front, make sure it's over your front, hold it like that. Little bit of movement, not much. There we go, and that would be your bust measurement. And I'm not telling you mine. Your waist, again, your waist is a bit easier because we have a natural contouring here. Again, around your waist, making sure it's parallel, making sure it's sitting nice and comfy in your waist. Sometimes what happens is we measure a little bit high, but in Repertoire we do a slightly easier waist. But if you get it a bit high, it's not going to be a problem. So we do it on the waist, nice and parallel around the body, keeping it nice and tight. But again, not pulling in that it's creating any bubbling, and we take our measurement. Doris's has a waist measurement of 68.5 centimeters. The hip, as we said, it's 20 centimeters below, and you would do that by just measuring from your waist down, but I wouldn't even get that complicated. You would want to get a tape measure, again, doing it in front of the mirror to ensure that your tape measure is parallel to the ground, and put it around your hips, and then just let it nudge it down until you are comfortable that you have it on your widest part. Check in the mirror that you've got a nice parallel line, and then you can measure your hip. Doris has a hip measurement of 96 centimeters. Lucky lady. There we go.
One.
Welcome back, ladies. We just took a quick break so that we could dress Doris up for you to show you some garments with the sizing that we have done. We've specifically chosen very basic neutral garments because this is not a styling session, but rather it is a session that I can show you and understand our repertoire fit. So here we have our beautiful blade blazer. This is a size 8. Doris's measurements fit closely to our size 8 measurement chart. The measurement chart on our website is to fit a body measurement of. So it doesn't matter in a sense what the garment is. That is what happens in the manufacturing process through pattern making. We allow what we call ease. And this is the ease, and it's ease of movement. This is where you can get, sorry, I've got the sleeve underneath here. You can get movement there. And this is what we call a manufacturing and design specified measurement. So we don't work, when we talk about measuring a body, we do not work on anything other than a body measurements, simply because that is the most accurate measurement we can get, and that is the measurement that is our starting point, and from there we can finish the garment for the look we want. So if we wanted a more fitted look, we would take this in, which is, this is perfect as it is actually, but if we wanted a looser fit, then we would allow more ease. So that's why we talk about a body measurement when we talk about a sizing. So this is a size 8. This has been designed to fit our bust measurement of 87 centimeters and our waist measurement of 75 centimeters. Okay, so this ease is what allows for it. If you are someone who likes your clothes really tight fitting, if you were a 10, you may get into this, but you would struggle with your shoulders. Because you must remember, we grow in size proportionately. It's not just about getting wider horizontally. Our measurements all over, we have vertical and horizontal lines that grow proportionately as we go up in our sizes and down in our sizes. So that is the ease that we, as the pattern makers, designers, and manufacturers, add into garments. So this is a size 8. Underneath, Doris has on our beautiful Debbie pants. I've chosen these specifically because they are nice and flat-fronted, and you can see we're not hiding with detail and stuff. Again, Doris's hip measurement is a little bit smaller than our standard spec size 8 repertoire hip measurement, but you can still see there is a nice amount of ease. This ease here, sorry, I know I've just gone in front of myself there. This ease here is what we call for movement, so that when you sit down, you don't get this tight pull, that when you walk, you don't get a pull over your knees. You must remember the body is like a machine. It moves, and our garments need to accommodate for that movement as well. So when we talk about measuring, we really are talking about your still, not moving, naked body measurements. We have accommodated all the movement that you need in your garments as you go. The question I have been asked the most is, what do I buy if my hip, waist, and bust measurement are not the same? So the biggest one normally is, if you are buying a top, you buy for your bust measurement, because your bust measurement is linked to your shoulder measurement, and your shoulder and bust proportions will actually make sure that the upper part of your blouse fits you correctly. If you are slightly more apple-shaped, meaning you carry your weight around your tummy and you are pretty straight from your armpits down to your hips, if a garment has any form of darts or any shaping in it, you would then want to work more on your waist measurement, okay? And again, if you were doing trousers, you would work on your hip measurement or your waist measurement, whichever one is the greater. So let's say for argument's sake you were like me, I'm pear-shaped, which means that I carry all my weight in my hips. I've got a tiny little waist. If I was to choose a pair of Repertoire trousers, I would measure my hip and I would take the size that is closest to my hip measurement. So if I look at our measurement chart, if I've got a hip measurement of 102 centimeters, I would buy our size 10 trousers because I know then that there is enough ease and accommodation there for my hips. The waist might be a bit big, but that is the best. It's easier to have a bigger waist than it is to have tight legs and tight hips. But again, saying that, if my hip was only 1 or 2 centimeters bigger than the size 8, I could comfortably buy the size 8 if my waist was an 8 measurement. Your yardstick, ladies, is a centimeter on either side of the actual measurement. So if our hip measurement is 99 centimeters for our size 8 and you have a 100 centimeter hip measurement, whereas our hip measurement for a size 10 is 104, you can comfortably go into our 8. We do have not spacious clothing, we have clothing that has room and ease for moving. The other biggest question I often get asked is, what jacket do I buy? Because someone like me, as you can see, I've got the blade on, which is great for pear-shaped women. So if you've got hips, you want the shorter jackets, because then you can buy to fit your shoulders and your busts. If the longer you go on your jackets, the more you're going to have to accommodate your biggest measurement, which in my case is my hips. So in order to accommodate my biggest measurements, I would have to measure my hip, see the hip on the size chart, and buy that size jacket, which I know, looking at the size chart, would tell me I am 2 sizes too big on my top. So then I would have another choice. I would say, I really want this long blazer because it's amazing and it is good. It is an elongating line, it's a slimming line, but I'm choosing not to wear it closed. I'm buying it with never going to wear it closed because I want to get it to fit my upper body where I'm going to look smaller, and I will always wear it as an open blazer. If I want to wear it closed, then I have to accommodate my hips. So what's nice about, for my body shape on the blade, is that I can buy it for my hips, and I beg your pardon, for my shoulders and my bust, and my hips are left to be free and do whatever it is they need to do. I can wear it closed, I can wear it open, and for me that works really well because it accentuates my little shoulders. And as you know, in fashion, it's always about accentuating your good bits rather than hiding your bad bits. So that is how we do our sizing, ladies. So those are the questions. So again, if you're a hippie and you're wanting a longer blazer, you need to ask the question, will I wear it closed or will I wear it open? If you're going to wear it closed, you need to fit with your hip measurements. The one thing I can tell you about our Repertoire jackets is, again, we do believe in comfort. We believe in style with comfort. So all of our garments do have a little bit more ease. So if you were, for argument's sake, a size 8 shoulder, but a 14 hip, also big one, a 12 hip, really pear-shaped, 8 shoulder, size 12 hip, but your hips were actually just a little bit bigger than a Repertoire 10, you could very comfortably buy our 10 blazers.